ZLC with another episode of, well, it's not really an episode, it's more of a Let's Converse. Now, this, if you don't know, Wrestlemania 33 it was yesterday, and it was an interesting show. Alright, I want to give sort of what happened, and if you want to express your opinion as well, you're more than free to in the comments below, so let's begin. The first match was the Cruiserweight Champion, and it was Neville versus Austin Aries, and Neville ended up retaining. That was actually my prediction. I knew that was going to happen because Neville really didn't have any real WrestleMania wins at all, I don't think. And him winning his first WrestleMania must have been very significant. And I guess that's pretty cool for him. Now, Austin, I knew wasn't going to win because I feel like it's too early for him to win a championship. Like, he debuts immediately on the roster. Next thing you know, boom, he's in a championship match. He wasn't going to win. Plus, it's on the kickoff show. And not much really happens on the kickoff show. But, I like the match. Cause usually, the Cruiserweights puts on a pretty good match. I liked it. Next, we have the Mojo Rawley winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. That was interesting. You know, the funny thing is that that was actually my prediction. Because the thing is that I made a joke saying, who am I going to choose to win the Battle Royale? Why not Mojo Rawley? Because the thing is that he's been working pretty hard. If you haven't seen his his social media and stuff, he's been working really hard with I think his name is Rob Gronkowski from the New England Patriots. And it was, I don't know what. The thing is that people didn't like the ending, but I thought it was funny. But that's just me. I think it was great. It was enjoyable. I found it really cool that two NXT stars, Killian Dane and another NXT. I don't know his name. I have not seen him once on a television, though. But they both did pretty well, to be honest. But I liked it. I liked it a lot. The next match is, I think, the Intercontinental. Yep. Yeah, the Intercontinental Championship between Dean Ambrose, the champ, and Baron Corbin, the challenger. I thought the match was kind of slow. It was more like a slaughter fest, I think, for Baron Corbin, beating the hell out of him. And they botched a few times during the match. I think Baron Corbin was supposed to have a deep six, but he lost his grip, and then he had to do it again. But it was okay. I mean, that was another prediction I got right, too. I said that Dean Ambrose should win because he has not won a real WrestleMania champion, won really anything WrestleMania. WrestleMania 31, he lost, obviously, the Intercontinental Championship ladder match, but the way he did was kind of crazy. He got powerbombed by Luke Harper through a ladder, which was pretty painful. And then the next year, he gets decimated by Brock Lesnar, so him retaining his title at WrestleMania was pretty significant. The only thing that kind of bums me out is I don't know why they didn't just put that on the main card, maybe make some room, I guess. I don't know. And the next match was the first match on the main card was AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon, with AJ Styles winning via pinfall. Everyone knew this. Everyone knew AJ Styles was going to win. Because what would it be the point of Shane McMahon winning? Now, the match, honestly, it was pretty good. The thing is that people were upset about, him against Shane McMahon, he should be up against someone like Nakamura or someone else. I don't know. I thought Shane McMahon put on a pretty good show. And the one thing that literally freaked me out, and I thought it was amazing, was him actually pulling off a shooting star press. And that came straight out of left field. And I was like, that's Shane O'Mac. Shane. I started chanting for him, too. But in the end, my prediction was correct. AJ Styles won, making it a possibility. This is another prediction I'm going to make. Don't quote me on this. I'm hoping no one quotes me on this. But I'm maybe on SmackDown Live, AJ Styles will come out and start gloating and saying, I'm the best. I beat the commissioner. And then Daniel Bryan's music hits. And then he comes out talking about how he actually comes out and congratulates AJ Styles, but then He tells him that he's not the best, and he just signed the hottest free agent. Next thing you know, the violins hit, and then it might be an AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura match on SmackDown Live. Like I said, don't quote me on this. This is just a complete guess. I think it'd be pretty cool if that happened, because people have been clamoring for an AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura match in WWE, because in NJPW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, they had a pretty great match. And people have been saying it was almost so close to being match of the year. But I'm excited that AJ Styles won. Thank God. Because last year kind of sucked. Next was the United States Championship, with my prediction being right, that Kevin Owens, beat Chris Jericho and became the new United States Championship. I thought the match was pretty good. There was a lot of tension there, and the one thing that's not really, that was more pre-match related, was when Chris Jericho came out with his music. He started off with the countdown, which sort of goes back to his late 1990s countdown, which is pretty cool. I like that. But I don't know, the match was pretty good, and I feel that the build-up was pretty good too. I thought there was some sort of interference, but there wasn't. And Kevin Owens won. The thing that kind of aggravates me is that some people these couple matches don't win through their own finishers. AJ Styles won through the phenomenal forearm. Kevin Owens won through the the apron powerbomb. Why not the Styles Clash and the pop-up powerbomb, respectively? I don't know. That's just me, but I thought the match was pretty good. Both of them were pretty nice. Next was the Fatal 4-Way for the Raw Women's Championship between Bayley, Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, and Nia Jax. With my prediction, this is a good night. My prediction being right that Bayley retained. One reason I kind of wanted that was because Bayley, she, like Charlotte calls, she's just a fan. But the truth is, it felt really cool that she won. The one thing that was actually pretty smart, and I actually made this guess, was, what's going to happen is all three of them are going to team up to take down Nia Jax and hit the funny. I don't know why it was funny, but the way they pinned her was just everyone just dogpiled on top of her. And I just thought that was great. But the match was pretty creative. Some things were cool. Charlotte really pulled out the stops. I honestly thought she was going to win. And truth is, if she won, I wouldn't really care even if my prediction was wrong. Because Charlotte Flair is a fantastic athlete. And Sasha Banks, what the other thing was? I thought it was going to be Nia Jax gets eliminated, and then Charlotte gets eliminated, making Bayley versus Sasha Banks and a possible Sasha heel turn. I don't know. Maybe that might happen tonight on Raw. I'm not too sure, but other than that, I liked the match. It was pretty good. Also, if you see big spots of silence, I'm just scrolling through. Now, this is the one that caused the whole arena and a good portion of the world to freak out. The Raw Tag Team Championship that started as a triple threat ladder match, and it was the Club, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, Enzo Amore and Big Cass, and Sheamus and Cesaro. Now, when my prediction with this was on one of the ones that were wrong. I thought Enzo and Cass are going to win for that big WrestleMania moment. However, this was if you've seen WrestleMania, you know where this is going. Then the New Day came out, and at first I was like, then I thought the New Day were going to get involved, and I thought, are they going to try and go to be 3-time tag team champions, which would have been interesting. And I thought they were, because they started slowly walking towards the ring. Next thing you know, Hardy's boys, Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy's music hits, and they are back in WWE, and I'm like, oh shit. I was like, oh my god, I was pretty much like everyone in the world. I was freaking out like crazy. But the one thing that came straight out of left field as well is they won the tag team champions. I'm just sitting there like, oh my god, why? Here's the thing. It was awesome enough that they're in the WWE again, possibly with the broken gimmick or, their extreme style. Either way, they're still badass. But it was even cooler, in my opinion, I don't know if it was cooler for anyone else, for them to actually win the tag team titles. And I thought that was pretty funny because it sort of correlates back to their Expedition of Gold. And I thought that was really cool. And some of the spots in the match are pretty cool, like the Twist of Fate from Matt Hardy off the top of the bladder, and then the senton bomb from Jeff Hardy. That I can't believe he can still do that. I don't even know how old those guys are. They had to be in like their 30s, 40s, and they're still pulling this shit off. It's incredible. Now, this one was a match I didn't like. It kind of was stale. It ended up being John Cena and Nikki Bella versus The Miz and Maurice. It's a mixed tag team with John Cena and Nikki Bella winning. Now, the build-up for this match was pretty cool. The promos were nice, and I thought, especially the total Bella Bull BS on SmackDown Live. It was great, and it was funny, and John Cena just dropping, like, promo bombs and just pipe bombs and all that fun stuff. And I thought that would have been a pretty exciting match. It was stale. It was The Miz posing and everyone cheering. Everyone was on the side of The Miz, you know. And what happens? John Cena won. Because, why? Because John Cena loves sucking Vince McMahon's dick, doesn't he? But the one thing that was kind of nice after the match was John Cena proposing to Nikki Bella, which I knew was happening for months. I think a lot of people knew it was going to happen for months. I just feel like if it was a more exciting match, I feel like it would have been more significant. I don't know, that's just me. But whatever. Next is this one I like. Someone said it was slow. I think it was pretty nice. It was the non-sanctioned match between Seth Rollins and Triple H. Now, my prediction was right again. Oh, by the way, the last one, the Nikki Bella and John Cena, obviously that was right. Everyone knew John Cena was going to win. But this one was right too. It was a pretty good match, in my opinion. It was definitely like a battle of pedigree versus pedigree, and it was pretty cool. And the one thing that I loved, I feel like these two are probably one of the coolest entrances of the night. With Triple H coming in with the police escort and a trike, that was boss. And then you see Seth Rollins with the torch and he lights it, quote unquote lights it, and you see the fire go down the ramp. That was pretty cool. But the match itself was pretty nice. I thought that some spots were pretty good. And I still can't believe that Triple H in his age can still take those kind of bumps he took. Like, damn. And I think the best part was when Stephanie McMahon went through the table. That was great. But the one thing I knew was that Seth Rollins' knee was never hurt. There was no way he was actually hurt. Well, I think he hurt his knee, like, legitimately when Samoa Joe, like, you know, did that, I forgot the name of that thing. Kuniku clutch or I think it's like it's like a rear naked choke where he jumps in like a monkey. I'm thinking of the word Kuniku clutch. I'm not too sure, but that was pretty good. Now, speaking of that with Samoa Joe, I thought he was going to come out. And this is how I thought the match would go. I thought during the match, Samoa Joe would come out, because it's a non-sanctioned match. You can do whatever the hell you want. And then while Samoa Joe's coming out and tries to help Triple H, Finn Balor comes out. I think people were kind of expecting that too. That would have been a great way to bring him back. Was like screw this. He just comes in and just beats the hell out of Samoa Joe, and then and then Seth Rollins would get the win, but that didn't happen. But that was kind of weird. Like, Samoa Joe wasn't even in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale, which is kind of weird. But besides that, I didn't mind it at all because the match was really good. I'll put it out there right now. That was probably one of the best matches of the night, in my opinion. Oh, God. This match. I was so disappointed. This was a shit move on the part of the WWE. It is the WWE Wyatt with Randy Orton winning. Here's the thing. I like this match to a certain extent. People found this really... People agree with me in the sense of that it should have been Bray Wyatt winning. I was wrong on this prediction. I thought Bray Wyatt was going to retain. And I thought that Eric Rowan would come out and somehow help out. But it never did. That would have been really cool because apparently Eric Rowan's cleared to go. He's been cleared since, I think, early March. So I don't know why they didn't do that. it just, it ended so stupid though. Though, the one thing I did like was when, you know, Bray Wyatt, this thing when he grabs the rope and he, like, leans his head back, like, bending his spine. And then the one thing that was kind of cool but really creepy that worked was when you saw the stages go, like, everything go dark and the stage lit up and it was, like, a thing of maggots, worms, cockroaches, and I was like, damn! I looked up, I'm like, holy crap, that's a great idea because it works for him because he's creepy and that really solidified of him being, like, you know, a scary guy. And even after all that, and even pulling off a Sister Abigail, Randy Orton just gets one RKO and he gets the pin. That's just, why? Why? That's terrible. And this is, freaking Bray Wyatt is getting buried. WrestleMania 2015, WrestleMania 31, okay, I can understand because it's Undertaker, everyone loses Undertaker, but Brock won against Undertaker, but then got buried by Goldberg. So, I don't know. I feel like that would not really count. But then 2016, when he got freaking buried by two part-timers, like, God, what is going through Vince McMahon's head sometimes? Like, Jesus, this is so stupid. Now, I can see Bray Wyatt winning at WrestleMania and then losing it to Randy Orton at, was it Extreme Rules for SmackDown? I'm not too sure, but I think it might be Extreme Rules. But that would have made a lot more sense, in my opinion. I don't know why anyone thought this was a good idea. And I feel like if anyone... And you can see the backlash. People are mad about that. It's just... I mean, it could have been better. And the one spot that I thought was crazy was the Sister Abigail into the barrier. I was like, damn, he took that bump hard. And then he did another one, and then Randy kicked out. It makes Bray Wyatt look weak, and I can understand, yeah, he's the good guy, he's the bad guy, but really, who... Is he really the good guy? Is Randy Orton really the good guy? The guy who burned down someone's house and committed a crime of arson? I feel like Bray Wyatt's more of a face. Like, I love SmackDown Live. I like it. I like it way more than Raw, but this was a stupid... This is a stupid mistake. This was a stupid idea, and I hope the person who thought this was a good idea gets fired sometime soon. Now, moving on to the Universal Championship. This one, everyone knew. Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg, and Brock Lesnar winning. Now, the funny thing is that I made the joke saying, oh, I'll time this. It was almost 4 to 5 times longer than the Survivor Series match, which was fine. I mean, I'm kind of glad that wasn't the main event, because if that was, that would have pissed a lot of people off. Now, I wouldn't care, because, you know, why not? But that's just me. I don't know. The match itself was okay, and it was just like a battle of spear, suplex, F5, jackhammer. Which, by the way, that jackhammer didn't look that good that time, I guess. Yeah, but it was funny that Brock Lesnar actually hit him with 10 suplexes, and the best part was when he hit the 9 suplex, everyone was doing the Ty Dillinger 10 chant. 10, 10, then he hit the 10, and everyone just popped. Now, I think the loudest pop of that match was probably when Brock Lesnar kicked out of the jackhammer. I kind of was like, yes, too, because that would have sucked to end up being our champion, because guess what? His contract ended yesterday. So they can't keep a belt on someone who's not on contract. But the match was good, kind of. It wasn't like the best match. It was a match of who's the strong guy. There you go. And hell, freaking Goldberg is able to take a bump. And I think I don't know what the funniest part was when Goldberg went for the spear and Brock Lesnar just jumped right over me, and then Goldberg hit the post. I was like, damn, Brock Lesnar's got ups. Bork's got up, guys. But yeah, I didn't mind the match in any way. It was a good way to end it, and now, you know, they're gone. Well, they're done. Well, Goldberg's now done. He can't do a rematch, I think. But yeah, it's whatever. Next is the SmackDown Women's Championship. It was a 6-woman battle. Like 6-woman. I'm trying to find the best way to describe it. Like a 6-woman battle, I guess, where whoever got the pin or submission won. And I knew this was going to happen because they were in Orlando. Naomi won. Obviously, that was another prediction I got right. I thought the match was too short. I that might be just me saying that, but the match was kind of short in a way, and I get that it was late, but honestly, it doesn't matter because the next match we didn't want ended at all. But it was good. And you know, the thing that kind of really bothered me was that Naomi wasn't really a part of it until like the very end. But I don't know. I'm happy she has the belt, but you know what? It's just I don't know. Doesn't really sit well with me though. But it was all right. And now the big one. You see, this is the last match of the night. Now, I remember someone saying that when Vince McMahon holds WrestleMania, he wants the people to go home happy. This is not the way to do it. The last match was Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker, with Roman Reigns winning. Here's the thing. I'll put this out there right now. I was actually going to make a separate video way before WrestleMania, like probably in February, about people talking about how The Undertaker versus Roman Reigns would have been a good idea. And honestly, I'm not upset about the match. I honestly thought that it was an interesting way of putting Undertaker against Roman Reigns. And out of every opponent that he could ever go up against, I'm talking about Undertaker, Roman Reigns was probably the best choice. And I say this because I always hear people like, oh, it should be AJ Styles, Finn Balor, John Cena. I'm just sitting there like, guys, the guy is 50 years old. He can't do this anymore. And he's someone who's safe and won't do any high-flying, crazy stuff. In comes Roman Reigns, who, yeah, he's not that great. People don't like him. I liked it. I don't know why people didn't, but I thought it was a great way for, Roman Reigns to show how, the joke was make Roman look strong. Well, this is kind of a good example, because, number one, good in the sense that he's taking down someone that most superstars would fear, and hell, it did kind of make him look strong, but not in the sense of like, oh, he beat down someone. He doesn't look as strong because he took down someone who's 50 years old. Now, if this was Undertaker in his 40s or in his 30s, okay, then yeah, that would be way more significant. But he was in his 50s, and hell, he was beating the hell out of an old man. Like, how does that make you look strong? Kind of, little bit. But the worst part was, the one thing that really tugged at my heartstrings was not the end. At the end of the match, when Roman walked away, Undertaker sat up, took off his gloves, his coat, and his hat, and left it in the ring, signaling the possible end of his career. Now, I'm saying the possible end because John Cena did the same thing with his armband, and we all thought, oh, he was going to retire. We just saw him at WrestleMania. I don't think he's retiring anytime soon. At least I don't think he is. But it's more significant with Undertaker because the guy is just frail. Now, that part didn't tug at my heartstrings. It was during the match. Now, if you don't know, Undertaker, whenever he gets taken down, he's lying on his back. Sometimes he just sits right up and like gives you that look like, I'm going to kick your ass. But this part really got to me, and I felt really, really terrible. He sat up, and then he slowly falls over like he just died. I felt like crying. It was just sad seeing how he was. And the one thing people were pissed off about was, yeah, Roman won, but he didn't turn heel. Didn't he though? Did he not? Like, the guy didn't show mercy. He freaking speared him like 50 freaking times. Like, and hell, he was threatening to beat him up. Now, here's the thing. And nothing happened after that. He beat him, walks away. Now, if he wanted to be a quote-unquote good guy or the guy, he would have done an honorable thing. Maybe as how he's walking out, he sees Undertaker on his back, and he wants to be the face because Vince McMahon wants this guy to be the face. I would have made Roman go into the ring and help Undertaker up and probably give him a hug or something. I don't know. That's just me. That's my fairy tale thing, but that just makes Roman, that makes him pretty much damn close to almost being a heel. Not a heel, but pretty damn close. And it was just sad. That's all I can call it. It's just sad seeing how it is. But I'm not entirely upset about the match. I feel that, like I said, it wasn't bad. I liked it. I mean, the one thing that really did freak me out though with the match was Undertaker pulling off a tombstone. My sister and I were talking, and she's like, "Oh, he's gonna break his back doing it." Next, picks him up, bam, it's a tombstone. And you know what I thought? He's gonna kick out of it too. Kicks out of it too. Here's the thing: you can drop a bomb on Roman Reigns' house, he'll kick out of it too. But seriously, like, people were complaining about this match. Well, here's the thing: the more you complain about it, that's still gonna feed off on WWE. They're still gonna promote him. The one thing that I remember, and this is kind of going off topic a tiny bit, but it kind of makes sense, is in the game WWE2K17, there's a mode called My Career Mode, and there's a part where you have to do your own promo, where it's basically just talking. Now, there's one line that signals towards Roman a little bit. And the line is, any reaction is a good reaction. You can have people boo you. You can have people cheer you. If you don't know, every time Roman's name is mentioned, every time Roman's face is shown, every time he walks into the arena, every time his music plays, people boo. And they bitch and they complain. But you know what? It's getting a reaction. Now, my friend made one point that actually kind of makes sense, is if you don't want WWE pushing him, we shouldn't give him a reaction at all. Me, I don't hate the guy. I don't like the guy. I'm kind of in the middle of Roman Reigns sometimes, but I'm not going to boo the living hell out of this guy because he's doing his job. I don't really, mind what he's doing, because here's the thing. One thing that really pissed me off was at the Hall of Fame on Friday was when they showed him on the screen, being himself, being Joe Anoa'i. I don't know how to say his last name, but being himself, he was getting booed out of the building just for sitting there. How would you feel if you were sitting there all night and people started like booing and hating you? And the stuff I hear online about this guy is just terrible. Like, guys, come on, he's just doing his job. He's getting put in a place. He's in a place where he can't do anything. Don't be surprised, and this is not, I'm praying to God this doesn't happen. Don't be surprised if Roman Reigns gets in a 2-on-1 handicap match with the Hardy Boys and buries them and wins. That's the mindset of Vince McMahon. Here's the thing. If you ever find a logo of the WWE logo, don't be surprised if in the near future you see right under it, it reads a slogan that says, "Make Roman look strong." And this was not the way to go. This was not the way to give him a face turn. This was not a way to make people like him. This is a way for people to hate him even more. And don't be surprised tonight if the boos are twice to 500 times louder than last year's WrestleMania. Last year's Raw after WrestleMania 32 when he came out with the championship. Because believe me, he basically just killed an icon. He just killed off and beaten the guy who is the face of WrestleMania. Even though he said that WrestleMania doesn't define him, he still is. And WrestleMania without him is going to possibly be stale. That's all I'm going to say right now. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this match. Now, what would I do to change anything? Well, some of them I probably would change. I said a couple of them. But overall with WrestleMania 33, it wasn't terrible. I'll tell you that right now. It wasn't like the best WrestleMania of all time. I think I remember What Culture saying that it was the best WrestleMania in the last 15, 20 years. And I'm sitting there like, what WrestleMania were you watching? Like, WrestleMania 9 or something? Like, There's no way this is the best one in the last 10 to 15, 20 years. Not even close. Was it good, though? I liked it. The thing is that I'm comparing this to NXT TakeOver, which was on Saturday, which blew WrestleMania out, and that was only 5 matches. But, you know, like I said, I liked it. And let's see how Raw and SmackDown Live are going to take it. Now, all I can say is, you know, I would definitely, don't really get angry at Roman, because I feel like he didn't want to do it. Because, hell, Brock Lesnar didn't want to end the streak. I feel like Roman Reigns beating Undertaker he didn't want to do. But you know what? There's one thing he said on a podcast one time from Talk to Jericho, and he said that some of the things he doesn't want to do, because it's Vince McMahon, he has to do it. And if he doesn't, he'll get fired, or he'll get someone else to do it, and he'll just get buried. So don't boo Roman tonight because he beat Undertaker. You can do what you want. What I would do is, if you don't like him, then don't react. Don't really do anything. When he won last night, I didn't really care. I didn't boo. I didn't do anything. I was more sad, but I didn't boo the guy because I don't want to give him that heat. He's not a heel. He's not a face. He's just being who Vince McMahon wants him to be. And he's just sort of stuck in the middle. It's either he does it or he's done, which he basically said, which kind of sucks. And that's the bottom line, because I said so. LC said so. That's it for this video. Make sure you like the oh wait, one more thing I gotta make a point of is if you guys don't know, I'm doing a WWE 2K17 Universe Mode. The one thing that I didn't anticipate was the Hardy Boys. Now, if the Hardy Boys didn't win the tag team titles, that'd be easy, but now they're tag champs. So if you see them on the latest possible videos of the Universe Mode, that's why. It's because now they're tag champs in the Universe Mode. It's weird. I thought that'd be a one-off. Not even close. But I'm excited though. So if you see the first episode and you somehow see the Hardy Boys with the tag titles, that's why. Alright, so that's it for this video now, thank God. Be sure to like the video if you found any of this interesting. Be sure to comment on what your opinion is on any part of WrestleMania 33, or what you look forward to with Raw and SmackDown tonight and tomorrow. And be sure to subscribe for new WWE videos. And if you're a fan of Pokemon, I do a lot of Pokemon videos as well. So until next time, my crew, I will see you later.